Let's start by going across to one of the top 20 ranked green schools in India, the Shri Ram School at Aravalli in Gurgaon, which has, of course, the Shri Ram schools have been pledging 5,000 work hours, you will remember, during the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and doing a lot of other work. Pooja Talwar is there. Pooja, what is it that the students there are wanting to do towards waste management, and how do they retain their position as a green school?
Good morning, Vikram. Good morning, Mr. Bachchan. Well, the students and especially the Environment Club is very, very enterprising. Behind me is an experiment underway where they're planning to construct a bench out of bottles. And then I also have the senior members of the Environment Club here with me. Madhav, the school has started a Tetra Pack initiative. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Right. So around 2 years ago, we started something called the Tetra Pack initiative, which is basically where students recycle Tetra Packs. But this year, to further engage and encourage the students, what we're trying to do is take an indirect approach towards the environment. What I've learned is a lot of students, turn off when they hear the words like global warming or environment. They don't find it very interesting. So we're going to try taking an indirect approach, which is basically we're going to have a table, which is going to have a wash basin, scissors, and 2 separate dustbins where students will actually vote with their Tetra Packs. So basically we'll have something like a dustbin with Messi and a dustbin with Ronaldo. So students can engage in an indirect approach to the environment. And I feel like most of the environment problems that we do face is because of the mentality us Indians have. And what we're trying to do over here is to make some like a thought-provoking, engaging activity, so the students can actually change their mentality and build our life towards a more healthier and sustainable environment.
So how far have you been successful?
So we just started off where we're on the way to basically building the 2 bins and having Messi, Ronaldo, and we're trying to make it look very aesthetically appealing. So right now we're just with the beginning process of that, and this year we hope to have a lot of progress on that event.
And also we have a composting unit there, and Ojasvi is going to tell us a bit about that initiative in the school.
Okay, so food wastage is a huge problem in India especially, where a large population does not get the 2 meals per day, and those who are privileged enough to get it, they waste it. We have a lunch hall in our school, and approximately 100 kgs of food is wasted per day. We have a composting pit, however, here.
Yeah, let's go there and take a look.
So we have horticultural waste, which is leaves, dried up leaves, and food scraps. So the primary food scraps, which is vegetable peels, and the basic primary foods that are required to make the further product. We take them, and these are the composting pits. We put them here along with calcium oxide. We allow them to stay here for 25 days, and after those 25 days, we put them out in the sun for 5 days to form khad. So an approximate 200 to 300 kgs of khad is produced per month. And I think that's a huge thing for the school.
It's awesome. And as they say, start them young. We have 2 young members of the Junior Environment Club here with me. So tell me a bit about how are you going to celebrate Earth Day? Which is on the 22nd, right?
We're going to celebrate Earth Day by our event Shridhara. And our environment topics are solar energy, waste management, rainwater harvesting, and afforestation.
So what have you learnt by being a member of the Environment Club? What should one do for the environment?
We should grow more trees, and we shouldn't waste anything that is given to us.
And you are going to tell us something about the green open bin.
Yeah, greener bins.
The open, yeah, sorry.
So on every floor we have greener bins. So all the waste paper from the classes is collected there, and then that's recycled. So that's more about the greener bins. So the paper is collected there, and then it's recycled in the greener bin. It's an area, so it's recycled there.
So yes, Vikram and Mr. Bachchan, you're very enterprising students and a very, very enterprising Environment Club doing their bit for the society.
Yeah, Pooja, I just want to first of all compliment these children for the way they speak about environment and how knowledgeable they are about what environment means and what the atmosphere means, and how wonderful to hear them speak such professional language. I mean, to form a club which is called an environmental club is very unique. When I was in school, we used to have the cricket club or a dramatic club, but we never had these kind of thinking to have an environmental club, and really want to compliment them. What I would like to know is what initiated them to think like this? Who was it that actually taught them to do this? And did they go through some kind of training? or what?
Could you repeat the
Yeah,
question?
about the school initiative.
Huh?
It's asked you a question about the school initiative
Okay.
and projects.
So a couple of school initiatives we're going to start off with this year. So one of them is called the basketball bin project, where in a lot of classes students crumple paper and chuck it in the bin like they're playing basketball. So what we actually want to encourage, this is again an indirect approach towards the environment. So we've actually created a prototype of the basketball ring, which is going to be hung over classrooms. So we're going to start with 6th grade to see if it actually works and how the students react to it. And what we're trying to do is only make a separate paper bin so the students are engaged in an indirect approach, which actually makes the environment a fun subject for them. So that's one of our activities. Then the other thing, like Jasvi just talked about, food wastage. We're trying to reduce food wastage, so we've put up a lot of posters in the lunch hall, we try to engage the students through their emotional sense and get them to understand the problems that we're actually facing in society when it comes to the food wastage. So what we're going to try to do is, have in our assemblies, we're going to talk to the students on a regular basis about how we can take a part and reduce the food wastage that does happen here in India and help contribute to the people who need the food.
Over to you, Vikram and Mr. Bachchan.
Right, Pooja, thank you so much for... Right, Pooja, thank you so much for joining us. Amitji.
Yeah, thank you so much, and really wonderful thinking on the part of these students. I mean, just to associate sports with something like environment is so unique because, yes, all of us, are so interested in sports, but to combine that with the process of wanting to change the environment is a wonderful thought. We all do it all the time, we, as he rightly said, we want to throw the garbage as though we are putting the ball into a basketball net. And how wonderful to be able to join that with this campaign and make it work and make it more friendly in a sense, to be able to operate this whole operation in a very informal manner. But actually you're doing a lot of great work.